US military special operations units work together all of the time. But what doesn't happen all of the time is when the CIA joins forces with the Tier 1 units in JSOC to create one of the most badass programs ever seen in US military history. I'm talking about the Omega Teams. Not only is their name cool as hell, but what they did was just as impressive. So what's the story behind the Omega Teams? Why did the CIA join forces with JSOC? And most importantly, what did these CIA operators and Tier 1 operators do? I'm going to answer all of those questions for you and much more. What's up everyone? I'm Veteran Vinny, the voice behind General Discharge. Join me as I cover one of the most badass joint programs US military special operations has ever done. This is CIA JSOC Omega Teams. Before I jump into the Omega Teams, let's discuss who the players are here first. The Central Intelligence Agency is home to some of the world's best intelligence officers and recruits the best of the best operators to work in its Special Activities Center, Global Response Staff, Special Collections Service, and other units we've probably never heard of. As one of the US's leading human intelligence agencies, the CIA's intelligence network is next level. JSOC stands for Joint Special Operations Command. This is the entity that consists of the 5 US military Tier 1 units, which are Delta Force, SEAL Team 6, 24th Special Tactics Squadron, Intelligence Support Activity, and the Regimental Reconnaissance Company. The operators that wind up in these units are battle-tested and trained up to a higher caliber than the rest of military special operations. A majority of those who worked in the Omega Teams came from SEAL Team 6 and RRC, which is the 75th Ranger Regiment's Tier 1 asset. The Rangers proved to be such a good asset that they've even pulled some from regiments to help out. The CIA and JSOC joined forces to defeat the enemy. And if you join forces with Aura, today's sponsor, you'll be able to defeat the data brokers that are making a fortune selling your personal information. It's a really important time to be talking about identity theft because hackers may have stolen the social security numbers of every American. Yes, I'm not kidding. Over 2.9 billion records were stolen from national public data, which include full names, addresses, dates of birth, phone numbers, and social security numbers. And the worst part, members of the hacker group have reportedly released this information for free online. If you weren't taking precautions with your personal information online before, then this should be a huge wake-up call. You've never been more vulnerable online than you are right now. But I'm not too worried about my personal information because I use Aura. Aura alerts me if they find my phone number, email, or social security number on the dark web. They're going to let me know fast if anyone tries to use this information to access my credits or bank accounts. And they even give me up to $5 million in identity theft insurance should the worst case scenario happen. They also provide a bunch of other features to keep me safe online, all inside one app. The reality is that it's on us to protect our personal data, but you don't have to do it alone. We could all use some peace of mind with Aura. You can go to our link aura.com/generaldischarge to try 14 days for free. That will be enough time for Aura to find out if any of your personal data is exposed. Don't let people exploit and profit off your private information. Again, that's aura.com/generaldischarge for your 14-day free trial. Links in the description or pinned comment below, or you can scan the QR code on screen. Now back to the video. Combining the elite military units underneath the JSOC structure and the intelligence network run by the CIA allowed the United States to operate a secretive network of hunter-killer teams who operated with little to no oversight around the world. The Omega Team's mission set included capturing and eliminating high-value targets, conducting vehicle interdictions, intelligence gathering, and training of foreign military personnel. But there was one problem. The CIA and US military operate under different authorities. The US military holds an authority known as Title 10, which relates to wartime deployments. The CIA holds Title 50 authority, which allows for covert operations against threats deemed a danger to the US and its foreign policy objectives. In other words, Title 50 authority means that the CIA can legally do secret missions, like spying or special operations in other countries. These missions are kept quiet to protect the United States and give the government plausible deniability, which means the government can deny that it had anything to do with them. The higher-ups needed to find a way to grant the US military Title 50 authority because the military played by different rules and wouldn't be able to assist in the Omega Team's missions without it. Some big brains found a legal loophole in the law which governs the usage of active duty personnel. This loophole is called sheep dipping. It involves the employment of JSOC Special Operations fighters by the CIA, nominally as paramilitary contractors, in order to circumnavigate the law. The combining of these two authorities created a gray area within the law, and has since been exploited by the CIA and the US in order to deploy elements of special operations units. This was a genius move, because both the CIA and JSOC can gather information independently of one another, but rather than having these two entities competing for the same missions, they were able to work together to access a broader, deeper range of information under the joint umbrella of Omega. There were reports of the CIA operators and JSOC operators butting heads from time to time, but that's to be expected when you group together a bunch of Type A personalities. Nothing ever runs 100% smoothly, but the whole was definitely greater than the sum of its parts. The Omega Teams were reportedly separated into different areas of responsibility, ranging from names like Omega 10, 20, 30, all the way to 80. Given the sensitive nature of these teams, however, the exact details of how these teams were structured and leveraged are going to be unknown for quite some time. Among other things, the Omega Teams took part in the hunt for kidnapped US soldier Bo Bergdahl, helped capture numerous individuals who became prisoners at Guantanamo Bay, and played an important part in tracking and neutralizing American Al-Qaeda propagandist Adam Gaddan. It's unknown what exactly happened to the Omega Teams after they served their purpose, but units like it are likely out there now, or will be in the future under a different name. Regardless, while the Omega Teams weren't a household name like SEAL Team 6 was when they were out there fighting the good fight, the impact they made simply cannot be ignored. Given the highly sensitive nature of these teams, there's not much publicly available information about them, and honestly, we might not ever know the fullest extent of the impact they made. If you'd like to take a deeper dive into things, go give the podcast The Team House a listen. They've had plenty of episodes discussing the Central Intelligence Agency, Regimental Reconnaissance Company, as well as other various special operations communities. I'll leave a link to them in the description below. And if you'd like to learn more about CIA special operations, I take you through a great overview of the various special operations communities within the CIA. It's a must watch. I'll leave that in the description below as well, or you can scan the QR code on screen. Well, that is the down and dirty of the CIA JSOC Omega Teams. If you learned something from this video, make sure to give us a like and subscribe to our channel. As always, thank you for watching. Do you even want to be here?
All your friends are subscribing to General Discharge, and you don't even want to be here.